A local organization is on a mission to put a stop to hunger. Locals with a need for speed put their skills to the test. The number of Americans killed by COVID-19 is closing in on 200,000. And meteorologist Corrales Ortiz has the latest weather updates ahead.
Now, from West Tennessee's News Channel, this is 7 Eyewitness News at 10.
We begin tonight at 10 with a local association working towards a goal to fight hunger. Thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Fernandez. WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News reporter Conley Grayson Norris has the details on how you too can help out.
Reaching the last few weeks of September means Hunger Action Month, a nationwide campaign through Feeding America, is coming to an end. The Regional Interfaith Association in Jackson has promoted One City, One Food drive, highlighting the need for food within the local community.
This Hunger Action Month is just more important than ever because as a community we have seen the impact that this pandemic has had. We just want to make sure that we are able to do everything we can and just be a glimmer of hope.
RIFA is encouraging the community to raise a grand total of 100,000 pounds of food. Marketing and event coordinator Gracie Sloan says that reaching this goal could potentially fill the damage done by the pandemic and help them for months to come.
Through the pandemic, things have looked different for RIFA. We have lost a large number of our typical fundraising events, and so we have just found ourselves tens of thousands of pounds short of food coming through our door, and so this was a way to just kind of fill that void.
Sloan says RIFA has a drop in volunteer numbers, but an increase of the people needing assistance. As a result of the pandemic, it is estimated that 1 in 6 Americans could now face hunger.
That 1 in 6 number is really, it's kind of jaw-dropping just to see the impact that the pandemic has had on hunger. And I mean, we have people in our community that are faced with circumstances that they could have never expected.
Sloan says despite the turn of events, they have received so much support from the community.
We have just seen an outpouring of support. We have definitely seen a silver lining through this all, and you know, Jackson has been so generous with their time and their money for years and years and years, and we have just seen that in a whole new light this year.
With the end of the month approaching, there are still ways to help RIFA reach their goal.
We're always in need of volunteers to come serve at RIFA, and then of course they can always donate money through this Hunger Action Month. We do recognize that people might not be safe or comfortable for them to get out, so that is another way.
Next weekend, RIFA is hosting Pack the Bus, a fundraiser where they will park a bus outside of 3 different grocery stores, giving grocery shoppers the chance to help fill the bus with needed food items. In Jackson, Conley Grayson Norris, WBBJ 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Conley. If you would like to learn more, you can visit our website and click on the Scene on 7 section of our website. Now let's head over to meteorologist Corrales Ortiz for the weather.
Well, Stephanie, hopefully you enjoyed, even though we were at work, the forecast that we had for this weekend. It was beautiful out there, pretty tranquil conditions and dry on top of that. Here's a look at the current satellite. Everything that you see in brown is just indicating dry air. We had just a few cumulus clouds this afternoon and evening. Otherwise, it's just been mostly sunny and nice. Temperatures right now are sitting around the lower 60s, already dipping into the upper 50s in some spots, and we'll be dealing with similar conditions once again tonight. Some spots anywhere from mid to upper 50s by the time we get towards tomorrow morning. Another sun-filled day to start off our work week, with temperatures feeling again more fall-like, still expecting to be around the upper 70s with light winds out of the east southeast. So a nice tranquil start to the beginning of the week, but we will be seeing rain return once again as we end off the week, and a lot of that could be influenced by whatever we have in the Gulf, which is right now Tropical Storm Beta. So this first look is brought to you by Helping Hands of Tennessee. I'll talk more about those rain chances and the latest, of course, on Tropical Storm Beta, and another look at our forecast coming up in minutes.
We have updated numbers for COVID-19 from the Tennessee Department of Health. In West Tennessee, Madison County has 32 new cases of COVID-19 with a total of 56 deaths. Gibson County has 31 new cases, 19 total deaths. Carroll County has 13 new cases, 17 total deaths. Chester County has 9 new cases, 9 total deaths. Crockett County has 12 new cases, 19 total deaths. Hardin County has 13 new cases, 14 total deaths. And Henderson County has 23 new cases, 19 total deaths. For a full list of cases by county, look for the story on our website under the COVID-19 tab. And on the state level, according to the Tennessee Department of Health, more than 39,000 additional people have been tested for COVID-19 since yesterday, and 662 people are currently hospitalized since yesterday. In partnership with Lane College and Code Red Ministerial Association, Church Alive is offering COVID-19 testing and free prescription cards on Wednesday, September 30th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Lane College. To learn more and register in advance, you can visit our website and click on the Scene on 7 section. And there will also be a mask giveaway. The West Tennessee Farmers Market, in partnership with the Jackson-Madison County Regional Health Department, will distribute free washable, reusable masks on Tuesday, September 22nd. Masks will be available for pickup from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. or while supplies lasts. The masks will be distributed drive-through under Shed 1. Those wishing to receive masks will enter Shed 1 off Market Street and exit onto Shannon Street. Locals with a need for speed came out to compete for the title of fastest driver. Residents came out today for an autocross race with Hub City Speed at Jackson Dragway. This is a once-a-month race that Hub Speed hosts. Track designer Adam Lindsay says everyone is welcome to come out no matter what car you own, but you have to be at least 16 years old. The cost to be a part of the race is $20 and offer ride-alongs to test out the race course before committing to be a racer.
We have a Facebook group called Hub City Speed. That's where you can find out all of our information and stuff. We post the event times and everything on there each month.
Each driver gets 6 runs per day depending on the crowd size, and Lindsay says if the turnout is not as big, you can get more run-ins. For a link to their Facebook page, you can head over to our website and click Scene on 7. Across the country, the number of Americans killed by COVID-19 is closing in on 200,000. That's the most of any country. There's also a bold new prediction from President Trump. Michael George reports.
We expect to have enough vaccines for every American by April.
President Trump claims vaccine distribution is on the horizon, contradicting administration health officials.
Late second quarter, third quarter, 2021.
CDC Director Robert Redfield told a Senate panel this week Americans already have access to the best defense.
Face masks, these face masks are the most important, powerful public health tool we have.
More than a dozen states have seen a spike in deaths. Nearly 50,000 new cases were reported nationwide Friday. Early voting in Virginia brought crowds to this polling place. President Trump and Vice President Pence visited Wisconsin this week, a state grappling with a surge in positive tests. University students, including these Badgers, geared up for Big Ten football games, have formed a new tailgating plan.
Wear a mask, stay away. We'll throw you a brat, but, let's do it 6 feet away.
Michael George, CBS News, New York.
New details are surfacing on the Supreme Court nomination process following the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. A judge is blocking President Trump's ban on WeChat downloads for now. That news and more coming up. Across the country, new details are surfacing on the Supreme Court nomination process following the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, with President Trump vowing to appoint a woman to the bench. But as Britt Conway reports, a political battle is brewing over the future of the High Court.
President Trump vowing to appoint a woman, making that pledge during a campaign rally in North Carolina Saturday night.
I will be putting forth a nominee next week. It will be a woman.
As the political battle over the future of the Supreme Court heats up. Following the death of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the open seat on the High Court is creating division in the nomination process.
Even if President Trump wants to put forward a name now, the Senate should not act until after the American people select their next president, their next Congress, their next Senate.
Many Republicans seeing this as an opportunity to strengthen the conservative majority.
I think it is particularly important that the Senate take it up and confirm this nomination before the election.
While Democrats say it would be inappropriate for the Senate to vote on a replacement before the next president is sworn in.
The people pick the president picks the justice.
The president has released a short list of possible nominees. Among them, Judge Amy Coney Barrett, a favorite among religious conservatives, and Judge Barbara Lagoa. She was the first Hispanic woman to serve on the Supreme Court of Florida. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said he would push for a Senate vote, and former President Bill Clinton is weighing in.
Superficially hypocritical, isn't it? I mean, Mitch McConnell wouldn't give President Obama's nominee, Merrick Garland, a hearing 10 months before the presidential election.
I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Before of news Ginsburg's passing, Biden told reporters he doesn't think he will release any names of potential Supreme Court nominees before the election. A new study shows that up to 51% of school employees in this country could have an increased risk of contracting coronavirus. An agency called Healthcare Research and Quality conducted the study. Researchers say these employees meet the CDC's increased risk criteria because of underlying conditions. These conditions include obesity, diabetes, heart disease, and age. The study also shows men are more vulnerable than women and blacks more so than whites. Low-skilled school support staff have an even higher risk. The agency says more than 33 million people with the CDC risk factors have some sort of connection to schools. They use data from 2014 to 2017, so they haven't accounted for changes in employment or current school attendance. That could mean the study is undercounting the true number of people connected to a school and meeting the CDC risk guidelines. A judge is blocking President Trump's ban on WeChat downloads for now. A federal judge Sunday temporarily blocked Trump's executive order to effectively shut down the popular app. The Commerce Department had issued restrictions against both TikTok and WeChat, citing national security issues. But the judge said Sunday the ban represents a violation of free speech, and the Trump administration did not provide enough evidence to address national security concerns. The judge said there are other ways to complete such a ban, like barring WeChat from government devices. The injunction against the ban comes after President Trump said Saturday approved a deal involving TikTok, Oracle, and Walmart.
Well, a quiet pattern now, but we could be seeing some substantial rain in spots by the end of the week. More on that coming up.
Storm team weather with meteorologist Corrales Ortiz.
Well, we saw a few days and a few nights already with some refreshing conditions, fortunately. That's expected to continue for a bit. I'm not expecting excessive heat anytime soon. Not a whole lot of 80s even in the forecast. But we could see some changes in terms of the dry conditions going back to more wet conditions the further we go into the week. But in the meantime, enjoy the weather we've been having now. It's currently 61 here in downtown Jackson, mostly clear skies, light winds out of the east-northeast. The humidity is not too bad. The dew points have been sitting in the 50s, so it's just really dry out there and comfortable. Temperatures are varying anywhere from mid-60s further south and then all the way up already into the upper 50s further north. They have been a little bit cooler, but otherwise we should all be around the mid to upper 50s by the time we get towards tomorrow morning. But like I mentioned, wind speeds have been pretty light throughout much of the day, coming in from the east and are expected to do so as we go into tomorrow. So our weather has been influenced by high pressure that's just kind of been staying around a good portions of especially the northeastern half of the country and down towards our direction. That's what's been keeping us on the dry side. Not the same can be said for those along the Gulf. They unfortunately have been dealing with quite a bit of rain, in particular by tropical storm Beta that eventually will influence our weather as we go further into the week. But here's the latest on Beta now, which has not changed in terms of wind speed since the last 24 hours. 60 miles per hour, still moving towards the west-northwest at around 6. It's been moving very, very slow, almost stationary yesterday. And because whenever we have these slow movers, unfortunately, it's just going to keep bringing in continuous amounts of rain in its path. And that's what's in the forecast. So as soon as it does make landfall as tropical storm now expected to reach hurricane strength, it's going to take a sharp turn towards the north and east and eventually bring some of that rain our direction with the remnants by the time we get towards our Wednesday and Thursday. So look at that. You'll be able to see it in the futurecast. Right now, just like I mentioned, mostly sunny until that cloud cover starts to increase. The further it does get into land, and then we'll start to see a few light scattered showers. A lot of that is mainly going to be concentrated along and south of the interstate and areas further to our west. And this is going to be lasting into at least Friday. Some of this could be a little bit more in terms of substantial rain at times, nothing excessive, but expect that in areas along and south of the interstate in particular, maybe anywhere from 1 to 3 inches within this time period, but not excessive amounts of rain. So as we go into tonight, expect much what we've been dealing with the last several nights, mostly clear and a cool night in store. Temperatures around 78 for tomorrow, mostly sunny, low humidity, no complaints here. And this is just my type of weather for sure. And then looking at your 7-day forecast, you'll be able to see those temperatures take a little bit of a dip when we do see those rain showers in the forecast. But otherwise, just a reminder, first day of fall officially starts on Tuesday morning. 7-day forecast brought to you by Beal Law Firm in Lexington.
I am definitely enjoying this cool weather.
Oh, I've been enjoying it. No complaints here. I know we've been inside this whole time, but nonetheless, it's been great to be just out and about in this clear, dry weather, and hopefully it's a good start to the fall season at least.
Yes, the temperatures are perfect. Yeah. Thank you, Corrales. Well, coming up, we've got some sports highlights just for you. And Bluebell Creameries is forced to open up its bank book. Those stories and more coming up. For all you sports fans, we have some highlights for you. In the world of college football, Steven Gostkowski kicked a 49-yard field goal with 1 minute and 36 seconds left. And Tennessee Titans remain undefeated after holding off the Jacksonville Jaguars 33-30 Sunday. In our Consumer Watch, Bluebell Creameries is forced to open its bank book. The ice cream manufacturer is fined for $17.25 million. for criminal penalties. In 2020, Bluebell pleaded guilty to a pair of misdemeanor counts of distributing adulterated products. The fine and forfeiture total is the record-breaking criminal penalty for a food safety case conviction. The plea agreement says Bluebell was notified about listeria contamination in ice cream products. However, the company didn't immediately recall the items or make a statement about the health risk.
Well, I have one final check of that forecast. That's coming up just ahead.
So Corrales, we haven't had any crazy weather lately. The weather's been perfect.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Don't jinx it now. Yes, it's been like that for quite a bit. We haven't dealt with any severe storms, which actually reminds me. So although we haven't had any crazy weather, it's a good reminder that the National Weather Service in Memphis is actually going to be bringing back the storm spotter training as early as next week. Amid the pandemic, though, it's going to be done virtually, so we'll have more details the further we go into the week in terms of scheduling and timing. So be on the lookout for that if you are interested. But fortunately, nothing crazy for us. We have had great weather. Our high today was only 80 degrees, so it's only been slightly cooler than average and even cooler throughout the last few days. Feeling fall-like. So speaking of fall, we are going to be seeing the official first day of fall kickoff on Tuesday. So we call that the autumnal equinox. That's exactly when the sun's rays are directly above the equator, so we have equal amounts of day and night, and that officially starts by the time we get towards Tuesday morning. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, the rest of the week, we could be seeing rain chances increase later on.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. Have a great night.